Here we are, the topless chef. How's that? The topless chef show. Uh, can't wear a shirt because my shingles is not good, not good at all. So if you don't like it, I guess you could turn off whatever the video and go see other cat videos or whatever. We got this mashed potato thing they gave me. So I'm gonna make it. It says 1 1/3 cups of water. So let me see if I can. I like to measure out everything, you know. I like to measure it all out. This way, I guess I have like a. I guess I have like a. How do you say? A base, you know, and then later on I could add a little bit or whatever. 1 1/3 of water. You got 2 tablespoons of butter or margarine. Got the butter right here. We got half a teaspoon of salt. So I got the salt right there. And I like to use, and last time it was a little bit bland, so I put a 1/4 teaspoon of adobo, Goya adobo, which is like a standard thing that Puerto Rican households use. What else here? You got 1 1/2 cups of mashed potato flakes. Let me see if I got that. Let me see if this is enough. 1 1/2 cups. I don't know if I got 1 1/2 cups in here, to tell you the truth. I might have less. I'm not sure. I'm gonna measure it out, and then I guess I have to. If I got less, I guess I'm gonna have to rearrange rearrange the how do you say, rearrange the recipe. This new medication I got is really doing a job on me. It's making it hard for me to talk and remember what the heck I'm saying. Oh look, maybe I do right now. One. I'm over here looking for the recipe there, and I got it in my hand. 1 1/2 cups. I guess I do got enough. This thing really likes to stick on here, huh? These potato flakes. If you hear a little noise over there, one of the little kids raining outside, and one of the little kittens, I let him inside to have some milk, and now he don't want to leave. Now he just he makes like he's gonna go outside, but then I guess he looks outside and he says, "Man, over there it's raining, and here at least I got milk." And he makes food or whatever, you know, and gives me. So he's been hanging out a lot, you know. That's I call him Ringo. Why do I call him Ringo? Because he got that white he got that white fur like a ring around his neck. So I started calling him Ring, and then I guess it evolved into Ringo. Ringo sounds like he's in a Western movie. Ringo, the Ringo Kid. Okay, Ringo, I want you to get out of town by sundown. Okay, so that's 1 1/2 cups. You new guys that are new to cooking, you're gonna have to get some spoons. If you really want to do it right, you know, get some measuring cups and spoons and stuff like that, you know. You do it right. This way, you know, you get those recipes, you know. I mean, when I started cooking a couple of years ago, I was sick and tired because I was married then and my wife was working, and I was doing the home thing, you know. I was staying with my kids, giving them homeschool because I really wasn't down with everything that was happening. And then I started working, so I was able to send them to a Christian private school. But then I lost my job, so it goes 1 1/2. So yeah, we did have enough. I don't have to make a new. I don't have to make a new recipe here. There we go. It's hard to get the words out on this medication. I'm taking a gabapentin, and according to the doctor, I'm at maximum dose. That's 1,200 milligrams 3 times a day. And let me see what we got here. That's for nerve pain. I got nerve pain over here on the torso, and it goes into the back. Actually, the back pain used to be the biggest problem that I had, but now this thing here is taking it to a whole nother level. Sort of like I'm getting burned. Sometimes it feels like I'm getting stabbed, you know, so, you know, it's out there, man. Okay, what are we doing here? Heat butter, salt, and water in a medium pan to boil. So we get the butter, which is butter. Get the butter, put it in the water. And what else? The salt in a medium pan and boil it. Okay. So we get the salt. And like I said, I put in some adobo. I like adobo, so that's going to go in there too. This gabapentin, it also makes you how do you say? It also makes you dizzy. It's got a whole mess of side effects. It's got a whole mess of stuff. It's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. So, what do we got here? Okay, so I gotta put it in there and it's gotta boil. Then I remove it from the heat. I add milk. Where am I gonna put the milk at? I need. It says 1/3 cup of milk. I put a lot more milk than that. I put like 1 1/3. So that's what I've been using. 1 1/3 for the milk. You know? Let me stir this up here. Don't ask me why I stir it up. I guess it's good because, you know, I don't know. I'm not a scientific guy like that. These guys at America's Test Kitchen and stuff like that. That's not me. That's not me. But I like watching that show, man, because they really get into it, you know. All right, this thing is starting to make noise. The butter is melting into the water and the salt and the adobo, so that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. And after that, we just take it off of the heat, and we remove from heat, add milk, stir in potatoes with a fork. Stir gently until the potatoes are soft and moist. I don't know what happened that I put in, I guess the first time I put in 1 1/3 cup, and it just stayed like that. You know, I kind of like that consistency, so I don't know. I don't know why I didn't read that right. But that's good. That's what's good about recipes, you know, and measuring things out, you know. Because if you measure things out, you know, you could play around with the recipe to your taste, you know, because everybody's taste is different. Maybe I might like oatmeal that's, you know, nice and a different consistency than you. You know, maybe you like it a little bit more watered down. Maybe I like my rice. When I do white rice, maybe I like it a certain way, you know, and maybe you like it a different way. You know, maybe I like it a little bit drier. Some people like it a little bit more wet. Or when I do Spanish rice, some people like it nice, you know, regular, and some people like the burnt, you know, the pegado, as they say, was pegado would be stuck or stuck on the what's stuck on there. Some people just love that, man. Yeah. The pegado, the stuck part of the rice, you know. So okay, well I had a grease fire here the other day, so I really I really gotta be careful with doing bacon and stuff like that, huh? Okay, so here this thing is boiling. So I'm gonna take it off and then add the milk and everything else. Here we go. Alright, we took it off the heat. And remove from heat, we're gonna add milk. Now this thing here, like I said, it says a 1/3 cup of milk. But I don't know, I've been putting like 1 1/3 cup, so it works out for me. One. And 1/3 cup. 1. And 1/3 cup. So 1 1/3. 1 1/3 of milk. And then stir in the potatoes. Stir in the potatoes. The Chinese potatoes. I don't know if you ever saw that movie. The Proud Ones, I think is the name. Where Tony Curtis starts saying, Charlie Potatoes. Charlie. That was a great movie. If you ever get a chance to see a movie that's really good, you can use that one. You can see that one. Probably you could find it free on you could probably find it free on the internet somewhere, or rent it very cheap. It's an old movie. It's with Sidney Poitier and Tony Curtis. And I heard that Robert Mitchum was offered that role, but he didn't want to do it with a black man. So much for Robert Mitchum. I guess back then, them stars, they really got picky after they got a name, they get picky. But yeah, Robert Mitchum, he didn't want that role because he didn't want to do that with a black man. And that's Hollywood too. They're supposed to be they're so liberal, But obviously, he wasn't the only prejudiced one. I heard that Vic Morrow, I heard that he was very prejudiced. So what did they do? They put him in the movie Roots. And he was the one who used to beat Kunta Kinte and tell him, your name is Toby. And he would hit him with the whip. And then he would say, your name is Toby. They put the right person. I mean, he didn't have to act for that one. You could tell he loved that. You could tell he loved doing that show, man. Doing that movie or whatever. That was a long time movie. The thing lasted like I don't know how many episodes, man. But that was kind of like a big one, And then he finally said, "What's your name?" He said, "Toby," and that's it. Beat him just because he wanted to be called Kunta Kinte instead of the name that his master called him. But that's kind of like in Babylonia, And the Babylons used to do that. They used to change your name, and they were so good that they actually used to change your location and bring other people where you was at. So that's how the Samaritans came to be. The Samaritans were, I don't know where they came from, to tell you the truth. I don't even know if the Bible says that, you know. But the king of Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar, he took the children of Israel, the good people. He left some people there. He left the lowest people, you know, to take care of the fields and this and that. But the knowledgeable people, like Daniel, the good-looking people, people who were able to learn the Babylonian language and go to Babylonian University for 3 years. Well, that was that was what they did. They would take away people out, the good people. They would take the good people out and take them over there to Babylon, and then they would bring new people in, you know. And the new people who came, they didn't know how to worship God. They didn't know, so the animals came and started, you know, killing people and going crazy on these people. And sure enough, excuse me, but my skin is hurting me. The nerve pain from the shingles. Shingles comes from when if you have chicken pox, you got that virus inside of you. You have the shingles virus inside of you. The vaccination that they had or that they have is so backed up. The VA hospital I've been waiting for more than a year for that thing. You know, I keep on asking them, and nobody knows anything. And, we're still waiting for it. That's all they tell me. You know, I don't know exactly what the story is, but anyway, and as you can see, this also makes me forget my train of thought or whatever. So that's kind of messed up too, but you know, that's just it. But anyway, we were talking about the Babylonians. Yeah, King Nebuchadnezzar, he had probably the most power of any king at any time. You know, even the Bible calls him the head of gold. You know, he saw the statue, and he was at the top. He was the best. He was the gold. He was the most valuable one of all the kings. And just looking at that because my sister was sending me a message. My sister Yvette, and sure enough, how do you say? We're talking about the Babylonians, right? Okay, so anyway, these people that were brought in, they didn't know how to worship God. So what the king did, King Nebuchadnezzar, he took and he sent some priests over there to show them how to live, you know, and in such a way that at least, you know, God wouldn't be like sending animals over there to eat them up or whatever. So sure enough, that's what they did. They sent priests over there, and the priests showed them how to live. And it was kind of weird because they still had other idols, you know. But I guess they had respected God enough to keep, you know, the wrath of God away from him. You know, there is a certain amount that he will allow, and then after that, that's gonna be problems. Yeah. So anyway, the thing was, you know, Nebuchadnezzar was the biggest king ever. You know, I mean, as far as the Bible is concerned, you know, I mean, it even said that he had control over the animals. So, you know, that's kind of weird that I don't know if he used to send them into battle, you know, with them, or you know, send the animals before, so that this way the animals would kill a couple of people till they died, you know, and then they would come. I don't know exactly what the story was, but that's what the Bible says. You know, it even says that the birds were all being commanded by Nebuchadnezzar. God had put him in that, you know, and Nebuchadnezzar thought that he was all that, you know, and God, you know, changed his mind, you know, and made him be like a cow. They actually have actually was looking, and they had a term, a sickness that people think that they are a cow, start eating grass and stuff like that, and whatever, you know. So that's kind of weird. And but they actually have. I actually looked it up. I put Nebuchadnezzar lost his mind, and that's what it came out. That they have some kind of name for it, and I guess you can Google it or whatever. I don't know. It starts with an A. I don't know what it was. A cow mentality phobia. No, 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 that one. They always got some kind of scientific name. But anyway, that's it, man. Now going back to the cooking. When I first started cooking, I was sick and tired of eating, just franks and beans and stuff like that. So what I started doing was I started looking at, the Food Channel. We used to have cable or satellite back then, and I used to watch the Food Channel. I would record it. I would record the things that they were doing there. Then I would go online, and then I would get the recipes, and then then I would do it. I'd look at the video, stop it, and then do it, and then look at the video, stop, and then do it. And I'd go to the store with the list. One time I went into the Winn-Dixie in Apollo Beach, and I was looking for coriander seed. I couldn't find it. Looking for coriander seed, I couldn't find it. And then I went to the customer service desk, and I said, listen, I need some help. I'm looking for coriander seed, And then the young girl that was there, she said, well, do you know what department she works at? And I said, no, it's not, that's not a person. Coriander seed is not a person. Coriander seed is a spice. It should be like one in the spice area or whatever. And sure enough, they called, I think, the assistant manager or something. And the assistant manager came, and we looked and looked and looked and looked through all that, and we never found it. Not there. And Publix is, usually they have like more variety. I think. I mean, it's a little bit more expensive than other places. But I think it's got better stuff. But now that I'm living over here, and they open up a Walmart over here, and so most of the time I go right there to the Walmart. And not only that, but right now my car's on the fritz, so and it's pretty good exercise to go walking over there. I walked on Saturday. I walked twice, and as you people know who live here in Gibsonton area or nearby, it was raining on Saturday. But still, I went over there. I went twice and bringing back groceries in a shopping cart. And it was really good exercise, I mean, I was, today I'm going to get some exercise too because the church is like 1.2 miles from here that I just visited. I just started visiting. I went over there on Sunday because, like I said, man, I don't got no rides. So, I got to go nearby, So I'm going to go over there and see what's going on. I want you to pray for me because I don't know if I should try to rent a car to do Uber and Lyft. Last time I did it, I wasted my time because my pain was so bad. I couldn't even drive. It was hard to even put the seatbelt on, because remember the seatbelt goes like this, right? So I had to put like a clip so that this way it would be very loose, and you got to wear a shirt, which is hard for me. I just wasted my time. I should write a book, how to make $400 into $100, because that's what happened. Instead of being prosperous. Yeah, I turned it off. I thought it was on. Yeah, maybe I should put a lamp over here so that this way I don't got this whole thing happening here with the shadow. But anyway, that's one thing that I'm thinking of doing. Maybe this time, I feel a little bit better. I could put on a shirt, so it's gotten a little bit better. But let's see how long I could put on a shirt, and I might have to stay away from these medicines, because I was hoping maybe I could find a policeman and one of my friends on Facebook. Or maybe even the pastors might know, so sent messages to pastors, also. But maybe they might know policemen and stuff. Maybe they might like to do a little outreach where you have a policeman there who can perform the field test, the field sobriety test. Well, people go over there and get somebody to take them over there, or they could take the medication, and then see how they drive it. So I think it's a good idea. I think it's a great outreach, because maybe there's a lot of people who are like me. Maybe they're driving around and they would fail a sobriety test if they got stopped. They're gonna end up in jail. So maybe if they know what the story is, maybe they could get their medication changed. Maybe they can know when they can drive and when not to drive. Because I guess if you take let's say every 6 hours or every 4 hours, so that at the 5th hour and 45 minutes, of that, like 15 minutes before you got to take that medication, you can still drive, because you're probably gonna be better, more alert or whatever, and that medication would have gotten down, over time, depending on your situation, how you feel, what size are you, all that good stuff. But so far nobody has told me anything. I've even emailed some police officers that I know in my family, and I think I'm gonna email some police officers that I know from some churches and see if they can do that. And of course, if the people fail the test, they get to stay in the church watching end time movies, which is always good. It always make you think twice. They could rent a couple of movies, and sit there until the people get okay, until they pass the sobriety test, and they can go home or whatever. Or we could take them home, get like two cars, drive him in the car home, and then return back. That's also something that could be done. If the person has like an appointment or something they got to do in the house, But if you leave them in the church, you got a captive audience there. I mean, what could be better than that? You could have like a Christian comedy show starring me. So I don't know if I could put on a shirt that particular day, but we do something. We'll do something, Maybe what I'll do is I'll put like some egg cartons. Maybe I'll put like an egg carton, like starting here, starting here and going all around, so that this way, and I could wrap it, with some. I ain't gonna use duct tape. I'm not gonna take my hair out, but I'll take like one of those wraps, like ace bandages or whatever, and put it all around. This thing here doesn't really hurt, because it's less impact, than a shirt that's on you. Well, you get a loose shirt, I guess, but yeah, that's an idea, But anyway, maybe I might try that, and maybe I might see if I could do the video of cooking something else. So anyway, that is, and most mashed potatoes are like that. I don't even know what brand this is. These are just potato flakes. It says instant mashed potato flakes. I think I got some other ones here that I just got. Here goes one here. Look. Mashed potatoes, the Great Value. That's the Walmart brand. So this one here, it's got stove tops. It got microwave instructions, which might be even easier. But you can do it in the microwave. You don't gotta be watching it. Stove top microwave directions. This is Idahoan roasted garlic and Parmesan. I don't know why they say Jean. But that's the way they pronounce it, right? Parmesan. But it ain't got no H. There's no H in there. It should be behind the S. So it should be Parmesan. But I know everybody says Parmesan. It's sort of like Wednesday. If you pronounce it the way it's spelled, it should be Wednesday. But nobody says Wednesday. If I was to go out today is Wednesday. If I was to go out there and say, have yourself a happy Wednesday, they'd be like, what is wrong with this guy here? You know. And we also have, oh, see how I am? See how I am? This thing got me going. I might fall down over here right on camera. This is Idahoan sour cream and chives mashed potatoes. Yeah, I'm just trying these things out to see how I like them. You know, if I like them, I'll keep on buying them. And if not, you know, what can I say? At least I tried, right? You know. Well, here I am with no bra on over here, and maybe I put down for men only, or for straight men only. You know, this way, I don't know. That's kind of weird, right? Okay. So, God bless everybody, and have yourself a great day.